Hey lovies, welcome to my channel, Craft Away with May. I'm May. Welcome to my old and new subbies. I'm so glad to have you all here with me today. As a thumbnail show, we're going to be working with some of the new wall decals at Dollar Tree. So we're going to start out first using this wooden mason jar. I had my stash. If you've been with me anytime, you guys have seen me work with these over and over and over. I haven't really used them a lot, but in a while. But anyway, I found them in my stash. They're about 12 inches, give or take. And as you can see, I just went in and I am painting this in white paint. And I'm using some painter's tape here because I wanted to create some stripes. I was in a stripey mood, okay? And what I'm using as a spacer is just a short piece of that painter's tape right there. And that's just to give me some even spacing, even though I probably should have moved that in one over just a little bit more, but nonetheless it still worked out. So what I'm doing right here is taking some of this yellow buzz paint by FolkArt and I'm mixing it in with a few dabs of this white paint because I wanted a lighter yellow. I wanted more of kind of like that like a devil egg color. So that's what I was going for. Now I was mixing this on hopes and prayers because I was like, did you make enough? And I didn't think about that because I needed to cover the mason jar, not the whole thing, but just where I'm doing the stripes. And so then this is where I landed, and I was like, oh, is this gonna be too light? Is it gonna be too close where you won't really tell? But it actually, once it dried, it was the perfect shade. I was so happy with myself. So doesn't take much to please me. So right here I'm just going in over that white paint, and the reason I put the white paint behind it because in hopes, I was like, well, if I mix it too dark, then hopefully the white paint will help lighten it. But it really didn't matter because both of the paints came out really thick and you really couldn't tell. Some of the white did peek through a little bit, but you can hardly even tell. So yeah, and the only reason is because I'm telling you so. So once we get that coverage on there, we're gonna just go ahead and remove the painter's tape, and this came out perfectly. Like there was literally no bleed through. I was like, okay girl, you did that. Not really, but I did. I was proud. I was happy in that moment. So now I'm just going to switch the tape around because now we want to paint the top part of our mason jar. Now, I went with this clover green paint by FolkArt, and I was like, okay, this should work because I'm going for the green, white, and yellow, right? Because it's going to go in my kitchen. So I was like, oh, that's a little too green for me, and so I was like, okay, well, just keep going and let's see what happens here. Once it all comes together, let's see what it looks like. And it was still just a little too it was too rich, too deep in color for me. So I was like, okay, we're gonna just keep going. And I'm sorry I left all that in. Of course I did. Oh my goodness, I'll say it a million times over. I do not know why y'all come back to hang out with me, but I love y'all for doing it. All right, so once we get that covered, while it's still wet, I'm just going to spray some water onto this napkin, and we're going to pull it back a little bit. And that was the shade of green I was going for. And I really love that part of that wood grain was coming through. It almost gave like a hint of yellow behind it. And so it really worked out. I was really happy with that. So once we get that going, these are the new wall decals. I don't know if you guys have seen them, but I have not seen them. They also had these bee ones, and I was like, okay, yes, I'm available for this. These are so pretty. And so I was like, I had to get them. I had went to Dollar Tree to pick up something, and I was ventured over to the crafting now, which I probably shouldn't have, but when I saw these, I was like, okay, I cannot leave these behind. So I did grab them, but I really love the way this project came together. All the projects today, they're super easy, super simple. The last few videos that has kind of been my little thing for you guys, trying to keep it cute and simple. And if you guys don't have these mason jars, because I did get these off of Amazon years ago, Dollar Tree typically will have some signs that are in the shape of mason jars, and you can just either scrape the stuff up off the top of the front, or you can just simply use the back and cover the front. So, the options are there. And if you don't have a mason jar, you could totally do this on one of their wood rounds or the wood squares that they have. And so, as you can see, I'm just laying these in place. And I mean, I was like, at first I was like, okay, is this yellow going to pop up against that light yellow? And it did. Like, it just, I was so excited about this. Like, it was not any big whoop to do. Like I always tell you guys, it's never a big whoop to do on my channel. It's just a whoop to do in my heart. I just get excited about stuff. So then I had this stripe ribbon in my stash, and I really wanted to use this since we put the stripes on the mason jar. So I didn't really like the way it looked around the neck of the mason jar. So what I decided to do was just cut it down in strips, and I still didn't know what I was going to do with it at this point. But I just decided to cut it down I cut it in half, and then I cut it down to 4 strips, if that makes sense. And they came in probably about 8 inches each. And so then I started fraying them, because when I cut it, it just started unraveling. I was like, oh, that looks kind of cute. Let's just roll with that. I still don't know what I'm going to use them for at that point. So right here, I decided to take some Old Faithful jute twine, and I'm just going to wrap that around the neck of the mason jar. Okay, and I really like that. It kind of gave it that little, farmhouse feel. I don't know. I liked it. I went with it. I kept it simple. I did. And I'm just using a little bit of hot glue to tack that on the back. Now, I'm not going to add a hanger to this, and you guys will see in the final reveal how I'm going to style it, which was why I decided not to add a hanger. But if I later choose to do so, it's easy fix, right? We know that. Like, you just slap some glue on the back and add another piece of jute twine, and we are good to go. But for today, for the video, for where I'm going to style this at the moment, we're not going to add a hanger. So once I wrap that around a couple of times, as you guys can see, there more than a couple of times, actually quite a few times I wrapped it around. But right here, I'm going to take one of these spoons that come from Dollar Tree. Found these in my stash. I was actually supposed to use those for Christmas, and I forgot about them. And so I stumbled onto them. And then I'm taking some of these letters that I had in my stash. In the event you don't have a Cricut machine, letters are always the backup option. If you have great handwriting, that's even better, because I love pieces that have actual handwriting on them. I think they're just so rustic and so cute. I love it. So I don't have that gift, so stickers or Cricut cutouts are my best options. So right here, I'm just I had ran out of O's, so I'm taking one of the Q's and cutting off the little point at the bottom, and I'm going to flip it around, and that is going to be our O. Now, as you guys could see, I almost put it right above that S, and it was going to be limos. Then it came to me that it's supposed to be in there, man. So now we're going to have lemons, okay? So now I'm just adjusting the letters, and we're going to spell out the word lemons. And I'm just, I'm sorry, y'all, but yeah, that's all I'm doing. I'm just adjusting the letters there. Try not to keep touching them so much, because they're pretty sticky, but the oils in your hands and things like that, the more you touch it, it'll just become less sticky. So I was trying not to do that. And I will give you guys full disclosure, I totally wanted to cover this with Mod Podge to make sure those letters are sealed in, and I forgot. So I may have to go back and do that, but if they hold up, I'm going to just leave them as is. That's just the truth. So here is where I decided to use that striped ribbon, because like I said, it was in my mind. I wanted the striped ribbon to be on this project. I just felt like it had to be there. So I decided to tie it around the spoon. And I think that was a good addition to the spoon, actually, so it wouldn't just be there. Now, I know probably on camera you guys can't see like the difference between the two, but this really came out pretty, because those wall decals, like they're not work. They are so vibrant, and I love it. I can't wait to use them even more. Dollar Tree is really stepping up their game with certain things, and in the wall decal section, I have to say this is one area where they are, you know, really bringing their A game, in my humble opinion. Some may not agree with me, but I really think so. So I'm just going to add a little dab of hot glue. And what you saw I did there was there's a little piece of, like, they had a sticker like that had like a little curly cue of the lemon rind. And so I was like, oh, that would look so cute in the spoon, like as if it's swirling. At least that's where my brain went. Okay, y'all, that's where my brain went. So now I'm just cutting down that ribbon to kind of make like a little side bow to it. And I cut it down wrong on one part, but I'll go back and fix it. I think I'm going to fix it right now because I was like, it's bothering me. It has to be the right way. I had the tails going the same way. But I really like this. I think it's, again, simple yet vibrant and pretty, in my opinion. And it makes me want lemonade. It does. I really like it. So I'm just adding hot glue here, and afterwards I thought I probably should have added some heavier duty adhesive, but I just was going at the moment. So yeah, so I'm just cleaning up a few of those sprays, but that's pretty much it for this project almost. So we're gonna just go in, and I'm gonna take one of these little faux lemons that I had in my stash, and I'm just gonna cut it in half because it's styrofoam basically. And I'm just going to cut it in half, and I'm only going to use one piece of this because I didn't want I don't know how to explain it. I just didn't want two big chunky pieces on here because I really wanted the focal point to be the wall decals, but I needed something at the top of the mason jar where the jute twine is. Okay, so then I have this little piece of greenery left over, and I'm just going to snip a little piece of it off just to kind of mimic the vine in the picture a little bit. At least that's what I was telling myself. It didn't look the greatest, but it still came out pretty cute, guys. I really do love the final results of this, as simple as it is, and I hope you guys like it too. And then I'm just using my little silicone spatula there just to press that into that styrofoam because, you know, once you have the hot glue, and I had it on high heat, and so it just melts the styrofoam. So I just was using that to press that further down in there so it wouldn't pop out. So then right here, I'm sorry. Okay, yeah, I came to my senses and brought it down. We're just going to add that right to the corner, just like that. And that is going to be it. What am I doing? What am I doing? Oh, I'm still cleaning up the little phrase. But that is pretty much it for this project, and everything will be shown in the final reveal. Like I said, I did forget to add the Mod Podge for the lettering, but nonetheless, it's still holding up. And we're going to move into project number 2 using one of these little crates from Dollar Tree. Okay, now you've seen a variation of these all over the place a million times over, I'm sure. But once again, me having these wall decals, I just really wanted to showcase them in many, in different little ways. So for the crate, I did paint that in that same white paint that I used on the mason jar. And here I'm just going to take and lay this first wall decal across, like at an angle from the bottom. And then I'm going to turn it over, and I'm going to use the same lemon print on the back part of this because I did want it to be able to be visible from both sides. And this came out really cute too. Now this can really, I've said it before, I don't do a lot of these styles with the little crates. I do like them, but these are so cute just to put in little spaces, like I say all the time, like on a vignette or just a little blank space you have on your entryway table or even in your kitchen somewhere. A shelf sitter even. It's just a cute way to fill a blank space, like doing minimal work. I just love it. So then I had this little tag right here, and I had to use I was using this bottle of paint here because my AC is broken, and so I have my fan. I've been putting the fan in my craft room. I don't know if you guys noticed the last couple of videos, but stuff was just like blowing all over the place because it gets so hot here, and the temperatures have really, really been just horrible. And so I have the fan on blast in front of me because there is no way I could work in my craft room without it. So that's why you see all this stuff blowing around. So I'm sorry if it throws you guys off. I'm so sorry, but I had no choice. That was the only way I was going to be able to get anything done. So once I get those stickers down, I'm sorry, the wall decals, not stickers, the wall decals down, I'm going to go in with some distressing because I just really felt like this piece needed it. But it actually looked really pretty just in the clean white as well. But I felt like it needed some distressing. So I'm taking my burnt umber paint and I'm just giving it a light distressing across everything, the lemons, the side, all of it. Because again, I just wanted that little rustic charm to this. And also, before I started this, I didn't know if I wanted to flip the crate over or like, you know, to have it open and I could put little lemons or little stash of stuff in there, or if I wanted it face down where it just would be like a really cute shelf sitter. And I opted to have it face down, which you'll see in a minute here. So next, what I'm doing with this tag, and I'm just taking a little bit of that burnt umber paint and going over the beads on that tag as well as that jute twine, because I wanted to get that just as rustic as the little crate. And so I'm sorry y'all, I love so much in this in here, but I distressed that too. Yeah. Oh, buddy. This is what happens when you just go and you don't slow down. So then I'm gonna take one of these paint markers that I have and I'm just gonna write fresh lemons 25 cents because that's all I trust myself to write, because I have horrible handwriting, guys. I do. Like, it's just, my grip is bad for one, and it just, so I'm always like super tightly holding my pens and stuff because I'm like, just go in the right direction. So once I get that written down, I'm going to take some more jute twine and I'm going to tuck this on the inside of this piece, and I'm just going to go ahead and start wrapping that around, just like I did the mason jar, just wrapping it around, no rhyme, no reason. Again, I just felt like the jute twine just tied together with the theme, I guess. I don't know. I don't know, y'all. Oh, but I wrapped that around a couple of times. And then what I'm going to do is cut a piece of that jute string down, and I'm going to loop that through this, the little holding part on this tag. Okay, because I didn't want to lose that part of the tag. Like, I just felt like that added to this piece. It's very subtle, but I just wanted to keep it. So I was like, let's just loop it through. And we're going to tack this down like we did the first part. Right up in there. And so once I get that done, I don't know why I decided to. I'm telling y'all, I'm something blended. I'm a special blended person in my brain. Really, the things I do sometimes I just don't understand. But anyway, it's done. Oh, I go about the wrong way of doing stuff sometimes, I promise. All right, so once I get that all glued down, there we have it. I'm just going to pull it back a little bit just so that tag can hang over a little bit, and we're going to add in just a little dab of hot glue to kind of hold it in place off to the side, because I do want you to kind of see that jute twine there, and I just, want to make it look like it's swaying to the side. And then we're going to take this gingham or buffalo check little pre-tied bow that I've had these forever. I actually need to get some more, down to my last. It's funny how when you start using your stash, you just really start running out of stuff. And we're tacked that on, and I think this is so adorable. I really love the way that came out, as simple as it is. Stick around for the final reveal so you'll see everything together. So next, Dollar Tree has these coasters, ceramic coasters, and I've worked with these before, and so I actually do need some coasters. And I was like, you know what, these lemon wall decals will look beautiful. And y'all, they did. Like, it's so, I can't say it enough for it to be so simple. The wall decals elevated each of these pieces, in my humble opinion. But these, um, um, oh my goodness, coasters. I can't think. These coasters, it really looked nice when they were finished. And so what I do for one, I do for the other. And so I'm going to use two style from the wall decals, and I'm going to put one style on the square, one style, the same style on the circle, and then I'm going to use the same two for the other ones. So I didn't want them to be like matchy matchy. I just wanted them to have lemons appearing somewhere on them. So, like I said, so this one, like this one here, I'm using on here, it's going to be the same one I'm going to use on the square, and vice versa. So the one I'm using on this square is the one I'm going to use on that circle. So I wanted them to match, but not be like matchy matchy. If that makes sense. Okay, so first what I tried to do right here, lovies, is I did try to fold this down because I did want to keep as much of the image as possible. But as I was doing it, I was like, you know what, this is it's going to end up being too bulky and start gathering, even with me cutting slits in it. And I was like, I don't want that. I want to have a smooth surface. So what I opted to do, as you see I'm doing right here, is I'm just going to go ahead and trim it down. And now with these, you are going to see where I am going to seal them with Mod Podge. And I would say use dishwasher safe Mod Podge. I know I'm jumping way ahead, but I used multi-surface because that was the one I had available to me. So I do have, and I don't know why I didn't use dishwasher Mod Podge. I might still go back over it and do it. But anyway, this is multi-surface Mod Podge. And I was like, I had it. I haven't been using it. So I'm like, let me use it before it goes bad. I'm taking one of my TDS design brushes. And I'm just going to go over this and trying to stay going in the same direction to minimize any streaks. Okay, if you get streaks, it is what it is. But I just was going in one direction to try to minimize that and get around those edges just to make sure they don't lift up. So yeah, and then like I said, what I do for one, I do for all four. And there you have it, guys. I think they look absolutely stunning. You could even make wall art with those, to be perfectly honest. But that is it for this, and we're jumping into the final reveal. And here is everything together, lovies, and I love this. Like, it's so simple, it's just so cute, but it really makes a statement for lemon decor if that's your jam. If it's not, I don't know what to tell you. Hopefully maybe Dollar Tree will come up with like strawberries or something like that. But I absolutely love this. It really does tie in with the colors of my kitchen right now. And so yeah, I just love it. And I want to know, guys, how do you feel about it? If you had a favorite of today, if you don't have a favorite of today, I completely understand. But hopefully you drew some inspiration from it. Yeah, but I absolutely loved each piece. Very simple, very easy to do. So, and don't forget, lovies, once you, oh, I don't think I even said it. If you haven't done so, please subscribe, like, share, and comment. After you hit that like button, hit the hype button. If you want to support my channel in other ways, you can do so by buying me a coffee at buymeacoffee.com/craftaway with May. If you can't do it, just you being here is good enough for me because I love each and every one of you. And until the next video, be safe, be kind, hugs and kisses, XOXO. Bye.